Hey foodies, let's make a pasta alla vodka. This was one of the favorite pastas at my restaurant and I want to share the recipe with you. And you want to start with some hot water and some psyllium because we're going to make our pasta. And I'm just going to grab a fork and I'm just going to stir up the psyllium just to make sure that it's all wet, just so that it all hydrates. And while that's hydrating, I'm going to grab a little bit of salt and I'm going to throw that into my pasta water just to help flavor the noodle. And I'm going to turn that down because it's already boiling and I don't want it to boil too hard until I'm ready to use it. And let's check that is all set up. You can see when I shake it, it doesn't really move a lot. So now I'm going to add my gluten-free all-purpose flour blend. And today I'm using Frankie's gluten-free all-purpose flour. And I'm going to add a little bit of salt and some oil. And I'm going to crack an egg, and I think I need my bowl back, my flour bowl, because I like cracking eggs into separate bowls just so that if there's a shell in there, I don't get a shell in my food because I don't like chomping down on shells. Look at that perfection. Okay, so that can all go away. And I'm just going to mix this up. I'm chatting with my camera crew going, oh, I think it needs more water. I think it needs more water. And they're like, yeah, just add a bit more water. And then I'm like, it's fine. And no, it's perfect. It's just like making pastry. You question it and you question it and you question it because you're like, oh, is there enough moisture in it? Is there enough moisture? And then all of a sudden it just comes together and it's beautiful and it's great. And what I love about gluten-free is once it comes together, I can beat it and beat it and beat it. And it's not going to get tough. And it's going to be great. And it's going to be wonderful. So we've got a wonderful pasta dough now. I'll just set that aside. Oh, look at this dough. Oh, it looks so good. Put that in the sink. Oh, that looks so nice, that dough. So I've got some dusting flour, or bench flour, as some of my viewers like to call it. And at this point, you can let it rest, and I think I'm going to let it rest just like that. Just let it do its thing. I'm even going to put the bowl on top of it, keep the moisture in there so it does its thing. And while it's resting, let's turn on our pan, get that hot, because we're going to cook off the pancetta or bacon. And if you have pancetta, that's great. If you have bacon, that's fine. I'm using a low-fat bacon, and whatever you've got is exactly what you need. Traditionally, though, a pasta alla vodka is cream and tomato and onion and garlic and pancetta, and it's the pancetta, the saltiness of it that really makes the flavor and brings it all out. So I'm going to start with just a little bit of oil. Keep things from sticking. And it looks like that's pretty hot already. My stove gets things really hot really quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to shift that over there. And I am going to chop up some green onion. Now, if you want to use a regular onion, you're welcome to use a regular onion. I'm using a green onion because I want to make it a low FODMAP recipe. And if you're using a regular onion, I would use about a half an onion finely chopped. So you can see here the bacon has it's been maybe 2 minutes and it's frying up really nicely. What I'm going to add now is I'm going to add my chopped green onion. Stir that in. Oh, that really brings out some nice flavors. It's really nice. And I'm going to add in some garlic scape pesto. If you want to add regular garlic, like a garlic clove, you're going to add just a single garlic clove finely minced. And don't worry about all this stuff that's sticking to the bottom of the pan. That's the good stuff. That's the stuff that's going to come off with the cream and the tomato sauce, and it's going to be amazing. Okay. Now I'm going to add my whole cream or whipping cream. And the whole point of adding like a 35% or a whole full cream is you want that fat content. And you can see it's actually lifting some of that wonderful food and flavor off of the pan. And you can see it starting to caramelize a little bit just by changing color. It's going from that beautiful white to a more yellow golden color. And it's getting thicker and thicker, and that's what we're looking for. All right, how'd you go? Here you go. So this has thickened right down to the consistency that I'm looking for. At this point, I want to add some tomato sauce. And you want to add your favorite tomato sauce. It just happens I've got a homemade tomato sauce, and it's just basically tomatoes cooked off. And I'm just going to add that in there, and I'm going to turn that back to a medium heat. This whole time I've been cooking everything at like a full high heat because I want to really like blast that with heat and really flavor infuse everything. And then I turned it down to low when that cream was caramelizing just to really let it mellow and do its thing. And now I'm just going to let it, I'm even going to turn it down a little lower, just do its thing. And while it's doing its thing, let's roll out that pasta. So, we've got this beautiful dough here. And what I love about making pasta dough is it's so quick to cook, and it takes just as much time as if you were making the store-bought stuff. It's different time management. So instead of it taking 8 minutes of cooking it, it's taking 8 minutes of rolling it out and then like 30 seconds in the pot. And I don't mind that extra little bit of muscle. Roll Roll it up. Dust a little bit more. Let's get a little bit more flour on there. And the whole time I'm rolling this out, I'm keeping an eye on my pasta. And really, except for the cooking of the bacon, there hasn't really been a cut from this episode. So you can see, like, this is real time. This is how quick and how easy it is. Oops. That you could make dinner. I mean, make dinner in 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna give that tomato sauce a bit of a stir. Oh, that looks good. That smells really good. It needs a little bit of basil and oregano. So I've got some dried oregano here. Just add a little bit of dried oregano. And the reason I'm adding that is because what I added here is, this is just a tomato sauce. Like, it's just plain passata. And I want to have like a spaghetti sauce almost. So I'll add a little bit of basil. There we go, and I'll give that a stir in. But before I do that, I see it. I want to add some chili flakes. Because you gotta have a little bit of spice when it comes to pasta. And then some pepper flavor. Okay, oh, that looks just like it. We're gonna cook off some of that water from the tomatoes. Oh, it smells so good. Okay, I'm gonna turn it down a little bit more. We're going to finish our pasta. Okay. So now I'm just going to roll up my pasta, half on each direction. Take my knife. And you can see I'm doing not very thick strands. They're more like linguine noodles. You could use a spaghetti noodle if you wanted. I think the spaghetti noodle would be a little skinny for this dish. Oh, but look at that. That's beautiful. Like, it's just, oh, I can't wait. I can't wait. Okay, so I'm going to turn my water back up. There it is. It goes on high. I'm going to throw my noodles right in there. Whew. Give that a stir. And these will not take very long. That pasta alla vodka looks absolutely scrumptious, that sauce. Okay. I'm going to wipe my counter down. There we go. And I'm going to get a plate. Because we're going to have some pasta. You can see the pasta here is almost boiled. And it comes to the surface, and you just let it go, and it's gonna boil and boil and boil. And you can see it's just about to boil over, and then you shut it off. And it's perfect. And it's done. Okay, so I'm going to drain this. I should move that out of the way so that you can see this. There we go. And I'm keeping a little tiny bit of the pasta water. Not much. Just like a couple tablespoons. And that's going to go in there. That'll go back in there. I can turn this back up. And the reason why you add a little tiny bit of the pasta water, and it doesn't have to be much, is so that the sauce actually sticks to the noodle. And it sounds weird, but it works. Okay. Now, for the vodka. And how do I want to do this? So we pour the vodka on. Come on, where's my flame? There. That's what I'm looking for. Just a little tiny bit of flame on there. Adds that fun flavor. And it is done. This pasta looks, oh no, I need that. This pasta looks and smells amazing. So let's plate this up. Oh, lovely. Lovely. So I wonder, what are you going to have for lunch or dinner? I know what I'm having. I'm going to give it a try. So I'm going to get one of those noodles, and a little bit of the bacon. It's hot. Oh, it's sweet, it's savory. There's little pops of the onion in there, and there's so many different flavors in there. It's unbelievable. And then you'd think that the vodka, because it's like an unflavored alcohol, wouldn't add anything, but it really does. It adds like a whole other like other layer to it in flavor. It's really good. If you're looking for the recipe, you can visit glutenfreeguy.ca. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Thanks for watching.